YouTube. Pardon my face. I literally don't have a single scrap of makeup on right now because I just left the gym. Wow, this is bad. I told you guys I don't have eyebrows. I just left the gym. It is Sunday morning. I did chest with a little bit of rear delts. I don't ever like to just work chest alone because I'm not trying to grow my chest, but my coaches have me working chest once a week right now. So I usually throw in shoulders or rear delts. Wow, my eyebrows are so sad. Anyway, after that, I did 30 minutes of HIIT cardio, high intensity interval training, if you're new to these parts. And now I'm having my first meal. I'm gonna try to do a full day of eating today. You guys have been asking for it. You wanna see a full day of eating on super low carb, so I'm going to do it today, even though I'm on a meal plan right now, and my meals are basically the same every day. I might as well show you guys at least once, right? Like what I'm eating. I am not I'm technically not supposed to be training fasted right now. My coaches want me to have at least one meal in before I work out, but on Sunday mornings, I have to go in super, super early because I have church at 10. Yes. And so I just don't eat before I go work out. It's just not gonna happen, or else I'd be getting up at literally like 4:30 in the morning. I already get up at like 5:30. I'm sweating and I have coconut oil on my face. We're gonna get through today. We're gonna get through it. So right now, my first meal is 2 eggs and 3/4 a cup of egg whites. And they say I can throw in like spinach and mushroom and stuff like that. I have been, except the last week, I've just been like, ugh, I'm too lazy to like steam all of those. Let me just have eggs. So that's my first boring meal for you guys. Have literally an hour to get myself looking like a human. So, challenge accepted. All right, there is meal number 1. That's my 3/4 cup of eggs, and I always make these ones like over easy or whatever you want to call it, so that they're runny. Yum. This is actually a super delicious meal, and I look forward to it every morning. All right, it's fine. I'm running at least 10 minutes late, which is the story of my life. I have the cutest outfit on right now, and I can't even show you guys because I don't freaking have time to have to shake my protein shake right now. But can you see, look, I look like I belong at a show somewhere. I look like a band groupie. I don't look like I'm going to church. I don't care. I feel like it might not be church appropriate because leather pants. I don't know. I like leather pants. My butt is covered, so. All right, yup, definitely a solid 10 minutes running behind, which is, the story of my life. I'm one of those terrible humans, those terribly pathetic humans whose biggest pet peeve is running late, but they are always running late. Like, literally, it's my biggest pet peeve, and so I have my own biggest pet peeve. Every Sunday, I swear, I sit in service. For the first 10 minutes of service, I'm just sitting there feeling like the worst human that ever existed in all the earth, and I like start crying, and Matt has to console me and be like, it's okay, you're gonna figure out the time thing, you're gonna stop being late everywhere you go. Guys, it's pathetic. Lateness is such an ugly quality, and I have it, and I hate myself for it. I have to go to church. Bye. Okay, I've decided I don't look like a band groupie as much as I look like a witch going to church. So that's cool. All right, so service is now over. It is 12:15 in the afternoon. I just left church and I'm actually at a gas station right now. Church was really, really good though. This week my pastor talked about learning to trust God and to take a leap of faith at the appropriate times, like when God's asking you to do something or there's something that you know you're supposed to be doing but you're just afraid because, you know, the path isn't certain or clear, you're not sure if everything's going to turn out okay, which definitely speaks to me because if any of you are like me, aka wants like a 47-step plan before you ever start anything and you want that plan to be tried and proven and tested, and so taking a leap of faith on things that are risky is not what you particularly like to do. But it was really cool. One thing that he said that really stuck out to me, which I wrote in my notebook because I take notes during service, he said, the pursuit of perfection can often be the enemy of progress. Which is so true. I know especially for myself that sometimes I can get so caught up in the details of a plan of action or that I'm trying to be something. I'm trying to prove myself worthy of the task at hand, and I work so hard to be perfect before I actually make like large steps forward. Does that make sense? Like trying to be so perfect slows me down as opposed to just like going at it and just trying my best and not worrying about the details as much as I am about making just forward motion. So that's what really stuck out to me. But for now, outside of me looking like a witch, for real, but I am at Speedway. Usually by this time of the day, 12:15, I am exhausted, so I'm here and I'm gonna pick up a Monster because I've been up since like 5:30 or 6. So this is like nap time for me and I can't nap, I got stuff to do. And I'm gonna pick up a giant water bottle because also Sunday morning, so it's so hard for me to remember to get my water in. So like I wake up and I basically immediately go to the gym and I have, you know, my like BCAAs and stuff when I'm at the gym, so like I have some water, and then I come home and I have water with my breakfast, but then I'm just like busy getting ready the whole time, so I always forget to drink any water and I always forget to bring water to church. So by now I've had like only like probably 30 ounces of water all day and I've been awake for like 7 hours and that is not a lot of water for me, so I'm like parched. So I'm gonna go buy a water bottle and then I'm gonna drink my Monster and then my meal. I forgot, meal 2. We've got a chocolate protein shake with fish oil in it. Sounds gross, but the fish oil is actually orange flavored and it does not taste like fish oil at all. It tastes exactly like orange. I don't know. So I put it in here. I just got this stuff. I put the orange fish oil in my chocolate protein shake hoping that it would taste like a chocolate orange. You know those things that you can get like at Christmas time? Those like, I don't know. Those are my favorite candy in the whole entire world, by the way. So I've tried it. It like 80% tastes like that. I can't be mad at it. Like chocolate protein is still protein at the end of the day. So orange chocolate protein shake, I'm not mad. I like it. So I have a scoop of chocolate protein. It's just like a generic brand that I got from like the grocery store. Half a teaspoon of fish oil and some unsweetened almond milk. Now I'm gonna go get my Monster and my water and then I'm going grocery shopping so that I can like meal prep for the rest of the week kinda or whatever. So yeah. You get off the table, go. Kitten. All right, back from the grocery store. So I will show you guys what I got. It's not anything exciting at all. By the way, here's the fish oil I was talking about earlier. It's from Vitamin Shop. Omega-3s, baby. I'll start with proteins. Got myself some large eggs. 18 of them because Matt and I both use several eggs a day. Also a carton of egg whites because obviously I go through those quickly. This is Matt's steak. This is beef round sirloin. I don't know, he has steak every day too. If you guys don't remember me saying, Matt is also on a meal plan from another friend of ours. Matt is super slowly cutting for the show that I want to compete in June. So that's that. Here's my steak. It's eye round steak. And these are like around 5.5 ounces uncooked. So when they cook up, they're about 4 ounces, and that's how much I need. And I love it because I love steak, even lean steak. I'll take lean steak over no steak. 93.7 ground turkey. I love this. I guess that's the only protein I got, the only vegetables I got. Love the low carb life is cauliflower and mushrooms that I should be putting in my omelets in the morning. Cauliflower I put with the ground turkey, as you'll see later. I have olive oil. Oils are huge if you're on keto or low carb, anything, and you need like pure fat sources. Oil is gonna be really good for that, and good sources of oil, like olive oil, not like vegetable oil. Got my favorite seasoning ever, Mrs. Dash tomato basil garlic, and that's it. That's the only like food stuff that I got, so not very exciting. But I shall continue showing my meals every day. My next meal coming up is probably my favorite. Gonna have it in probably like an hour. All right, time for the meal I would say I probably look forward to the most every day. I just, you know, I love all of my meals on super low carb, high fat because I love fat and protein. I do, I love fat. I love it. Like the kids are looking so concerned. What are you doing, you weirdo? You both are looking at it. Okay, so this meal. So I was told to do 4 ounces of chicken cooked and like a serving of, what is that noise? Oh, I think it's a motorcycle or something. So I was told to do 4 ounces of chicken and like a serving of almonds. But I spice it up a little bit with sriracha chicken. Well, it's in here, but it comes in like a pack. I get it at Target. I've vlogged about it before. It's this grilled chicken breast that is sriracha flavored and it is so good. So I have that and the almonds. I don't know if I'm technically supposed to be doing this or not, but the macros aren't really different on this versus regular almonds. Salt and vinegar almonds. Okay, weird combination, right? Like it sounds really weird, but salt and vinegar almonds with the sriracha chicken. Oh my gosh. The most delicious thing of my life. When I first started making this meal, it was so hard to have anything other than this meal because it's so freaking good. Okay, I'm going to assemble it now. So here's this meal. Like, doesn't look very exciting, I know, but the flavor, you guys, is so good. So if you have trouble meeting your fat requirements, this whole dish right here is like 15 or 16 grams of fat. Probably 30 grams of protein, I want to say. Probably a little bit more than that, actually. And it's so good, and I love this meal, and it's like no carbs. So this is why I like low carb diets, is because I can eat stuff like this. I don't know. I will say it now, I will say it for the rest of my life. I love low carb diets so much. And actually, I feel like I've always avoided low carb diets because I feel like in the fitness community it's so looked down upon, like, oh my god, you can't do low carb, that's so unhealthy, blah blah blah. Even though I've always loved low carb diets and I always feel my best on like super high fats, low to moderate carbs, whatever. And actually Lauren Conlin, if any of you guys follow her on YouTube, she doesn't post that often, but when she does post, it's always really good. And she just went to a ketogenic conference, I guess there was one recently, and she made a whole video about what she learned at the conference about how high-fat diets can be like, high-fat, low-carb diets can be so good for you and have so many benefits, especially for anybody who has like any kind of disease or sickness or cancer or anything like that. So super interesting video. It's like 18 minutes long, but just watch it. I'm gonna link it in the description below actually, because if you have any questions about low carb or keto and you don't understand why some people do it, and you are also one of those people that have heard that it's not a good thing, it actually is really good for you. And yeah, I'll just leave it below. But in the meantime, I'm gonna eat my chicken and watch Parenthood with Matt, which is our new obsession. For real, I'm obsessed with the show, except it's making me have a really bad baby fever. So pray for me. I don't want to have kids yet, but this show is forcing me to. So I am working on my 4th meal now, and that is going to be turkey with 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil and a serving of greens, which I always just do cauliflower. And this is how I make this meal. So I've got my turkey cooking, and I always season it with, surprise, surprise, garlic salt and Mrs. Dash. Okay, but I have a way of cooking this that is amazing. So you season it with the stuff. I'm like mixing it up right now in the pan. And you cook it until it's like kind of burnt, and then you add the oil and let it cook a little bit more. And letting it burn a teeny tiny bit with like the oil makes it taste like sausage because of all the fat, I think, and from being like cooked a little bit too much to where it's almost like, it's like seared. It's not burnt, it's like seared. And it tastes so good. And you add the cauliflower like at the last second, so that it's like kind of like roasted cauliflower with some oil in it. So good. It tastes like turkey sausage. That's what it tastes like to me. So I'm gonna make that and I'll show you it when we're done. All right, here we have meal number 4, and this is actually gonna be meal number 5 too. Well, I'll have another one of these later for meal number 5. I just have 4 and 5 be the same. And this is it. See that? Oh, it's like burnt. It's not burnt. What is it? What did I say earlier?
Sausage.
No, I used a word. Like a, not burnt, but I don't know, whatever word I used earlier, and it's so good. It's gonna be like crispy. I'm so excited. What are you laughing at?
Because you're the cutest, most adorable woman in the world.
Oh, you hear that? You too? My husband thinks.
I'm not even in the video yet.
He thinks I'm the cutest, most adorable woman in the world. Alright, well, I'm officially the biggest brat that ever lived. Matt, tell them who I'm a brat.
She's not a brat at all.
Yes, I am. Tell them what I did.
I made some good steaks, so she wanted some.
So, I normally do these steaks. These, like, what are these? Beef Angus eye round steak. And Matt has been getting beef round sirloin tip. Now, I think his has a tiny bit more fat than mine. Well, actually, I know it does because I just looked it up. But for some reason, I was under the impression that that had like 4 times the amount of fat. And so I've never bought that kind because I'm supposed to be getting like a leaner cut of steak. But I looked it up and it's actually like pretty lean. And so I figured it out right after Matt cooked his delicious steak. And I was like, I want your steak. You have my crappy steaks. And he let me, you guys. He made this steak for himself. And he just handed it right over for me for my last meal.
Anything for you, babe?
I'm such a spoiled brat. I fought him a little bit, but I mean, I didn't fight him too hard because it is steak. So this is my last meal of the day. 4 ounces of steak. Yup, living the life. So I'm probably gonna end this vlog now because we're trying to watch the Super Bowl. And I love the Super Bowl for the commercials. Primarily, I loved the puppy, monkey, baby commercial. Did you guys see that? It killed me. I watched it 400 times, but okay. All right, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this full day of eating. Did I say that this is meal 6? That I had the turkey meal twice and I just didn't show it the second time? Okay, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope it gave you some ideas for if you're on a keto diet or a low carb diet. Basically, the answer is the steak. Steak is always the answer. Yep.